The time has come to stand side by side, the groom in his glory, his beautiful bride. They've waited so long for this moment in time to take their vows and say, "Will you be mine?" Marriage is precious and to be treasured. The love that you have cannot be measured. It joins you as one, not just with a ring, but a future together and what it will bring. Keep the love alive and make it last. Remember the good times, but don't live in the past. The bond that you have shows the world that you care, not just for yourselves, but for the family you share. Who knows what the future may hold? Stay strong together until you grow old. Be there for each other. Good memories, keep good memories alive. With love and respect, you will always survive. Today is your day to cherish forever. Never forget what brought you together. This special time is just for you, a time to remember when you said, "I do."
I'm Katie's brother, Michael, and it's an honour to be standing up here today. Admittedly, I don't think I would have always been so honoured. When I was a kid, if someone had told me that my mate would be marrying my youngest sister, probably would have been crying myself to sleep. But obviously now I couldn't be happier for the both of them. Katie and I have always got on well, and we were inseparable growing up. I still remember cycling around our grandparents' campsite, playing in the arcades, and generally getting on people's nerves. We'd be given a few quid to go and play in the arcades, and I'd spend all my money within seconds, whereas Katie would worry about spending hers and always come home with the same or close to what she left with. I'm reliably informed by Paul that not being able to spend money is no longer an issue for Katie these days. Luckily, she's just as good at making it, as together with Paul, they run a successful plant hire business. Running a business with your partner is no easy thing, and for them to achieve so much with it shows the strength of their relationship. There aren't many couples who could run a business together and be a stronger couple for it. Most couples I know can't even play a board game without filing for a divorce. But Katie's always had a mind for business. I remember when we were younger and we decided that making a fruit machine out of cereal boxes would earn us millions. Instead, all we earned was a few paper cuts and the telling off from mum for covering the house in Weetabix. Whether we're kids getting up to mischief or adults getting up to mischief, Katie has always been one of my favourite people to be around. She's kind, thoughtful, an amazing mum, and most of all, incredibly good company. Which is why I'm so happy that she met Paul. And when they did, Katie was powerless to resist. They were at my wedding in Lake Como 10 years ago. It was a beautiful, romantic setting. Paul was looking dapper, as usual, and then he pulled out his ace card. He began to dance. Now, to put it diplomatically, Paul is a unique dancer. I've heard these moves described as like a squid falling out of a tree, or perhaps more accurately, Carlton from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air having a seizure. Well, however you want to describe it, these moves seem to work because they instantly hit it off, and I'm so glad they did. I mean, sure, no one wants their sister to go out with a guy whose nickname is the Pig, but you can't have it all. Luckily, though, Paul's nickname is not down to his behaviour around women, but due to his ferocious appetite. When we were in the Marines, he was renowned for not being able to operate unless he had a constant stream of snacks, which admittedly isn't ideal in the battlefield. I'm no expert, but as far as I'm aware, Mars bars and Haribo don't grow freely in Helmand Province. But operational flaws aside, the Pig is just simply a great guy. In fact, I asked Google what the traits pigs have to see if they shared any other similarities. And it gave me a pretty accurate description of Paul. It said, pigs are social, disciplined, and loyal creatures. And actually, I don't think you could sum up Paul any better. It also says they are calm, snore loudly, and they have a thick, fatty back covered in fur, but we'll ignore that for now. Ultimately, what we have with Paul and Katie is two people who are individually amazing, but together are greater than the sum of their parts. As a big brother, all you want for your sisters is for them to be happy. And it's clear to see that with Paul by her side, that's true. Now, before I go, I'd like to say a few words about some incredibly special people. Firstly, to our mum. From a young age, you always showed all three of us the value of hard work. Life wasn't always easy for you, but you fought tooth and nail to provide us with everything we needed. I think I speak for Katie, Sharon, and I when I tell you how much we appreciate everything you did and how much we love you. Secondly, to my gorgeous wife, Corinne, who has been my rock over the years and thankfully said yes to marry me 10 years ago, which as a result indirectly brought Kate and Paul together. And finally, to our grandparents, who are sadly no longer with us. All us kids were incredibly close with our grandparents growing up. I mean, how could you not be? The bathroom door on their caravan was made of tracing paper. Trying to play Uno while you could hear your nan weeing into a bucket breeds a certain degree of closeness. Nan was a bit of a character. She may have been a little forthright, but she was honest, thoughtful, and always put her family first. And all of those traits are present in Katie today. I know how much our grandparents would have loved today and how proud they would have been to see the amazing woman that Katie has become. And not only that, but how happy they'll be to see the wonderful family she's made with Paul in Arthur, Chloe, Emily, Erin, and of course their favourite child, Frankie the dog. I think it's customary on your wedding day for people to offer you some words of advice. But from where I'm sitting, you guys have got it sussed. What I will say is the Royal Marines have an ethos, and it's determination, unselfishness, and cheerfulness in the face of adversity. And if in marriage you stick to those three qualities, then you won't go far wrong. So to Paul and Katie, congratulations. I love you very much and couldn't be happier today. And to everyone else, please join me in being upstanding and raising a glass to two people we all love dearly, the new Mr. and Mrs. Brewitt.
My wife and I would like to thank everyone for coming today. I know it's been a massive effort travelling here to Italy. Some have travelled far and wide from Canada, New York, South Africa, Gibraltar and Ireland. And we're so glad to share this special day with you. I'd like to say how beautiful the bridesmaids and flower girls look today. Emily, Chloe, Sharon, Corinne, Rashmi, Olivia, and our flower girl, Arabella. A special thank you to Corinne for organising an amazing hen do in Bath and for supporting Katie this week. And to our girls, Emily and Chloe, you both have grown up so much and you look beautiful today. And I'm so proud to call you my daughters. Can we be upstanding? Raise your glasses to the bridesmaids and flower girl. So, to my groomsmen, we can all agree how smart and handsome the lads look today. I would like to thank you for all your help. Bernard, Thomas, Will, Sly, well done for getting the shirt, and my handsome Prince Arthur. And Thomas, I've said Thomas. Joel, I've said Joel.
Sorry, I will listen. Sorry.
Married for an hour and she's already experienced. Huh? To my best man, Bernard. We've been mates for over 34 years, and a massive effort from travelling here from Canada. I'd just like to say you have gone above and beyond, especially with the red wine. We have not seen much of each other for 4 years, but no matter time apart, our friendship never changes. Thank you for driving over here with me. It gave us time to catch up. And also this week, we had time to meet the lovely Kelly. Our relationship has evolved a lot, and I'm wondering what is going to be said today or this evening. But I'm looking forward to the speech, and I know you will do me proud. So if we can raise our glasses to the groomsmen. To my sister Andrea, thank you for the reading today. I just want to say how much we both love you, and we look forward to spending more time with yourself, Andy, and the kids that are now very much grown up. So we have a small gift for you all, so we will come around later and give them to you individually. Thank you, Michael, for your kind words. All I can say, it is easy to have a friend as a brother-in-law. Michael has now known me for over 20 years, and we met in early 2000s at the Royal Marine Reserves. We have trained hard together and partied even harder. I didn't quite know how Michael was going to react to Bruin seeing his sister. But now my wife and I tried to keep it quiet. It was a massive fail. Mike worked with Katie, or Katie worked with Mike. And one day Mike looked on Katie's company car tracker and saw the car was parked in Windsor. We have a small token for you. We'll give you later. I'm very blessed that both my mum and dad are here today. Mum, you look beautiful. Dad, you've given us quite a scare over the last few years with ill health, but you've pulled through against all odds. I just want to say thank you for everything you've done for me through my life. Now being a father myself, I know I must have caused you guys a lot of stress and sleepless nights. It has been so important to my wife and I that our son Arthur has got to spend time with you both. He loves his Nana Gaga. And I'd just like to take this opportunity to say how much we both love you. Look forward to creating a lot more memories. So if we can be upstanding and raise your glasses to Garth and Francis. So this brings me to my mother-in-law, Carol. So where do I begin? Firstly, like to say how lucky I am to have you as my mother-in-law, though I may not always show it. Though we live many miles apart, you are always there whenever we need you. You are there to look after the kids, dropping your plans to help us out is very much appreciated. I admit I do sometimes give you a hard time, but you play a massive part in our family life. Thank you for accepting me into your family, for granting me permission to marry your daughter. And I'd just like to say what an amazing woman you have raised, and I look forward to hitting the dance floor with you later. So can we please be upstanding quickly, raise our glasses to Carol, mother of the bride. To absent friends, my wife and I met at Michael and Corinne's wedding, not very far from here at Lake Como over 10 years ago, which has enforced our love for Italy. But I am a firm believer in fate. I was not originally on the guest list. I was only invited a week or so before the wedding. Corinne was dazzled by my sequin waistcoat, my denim hot pants, and my handlebar moustache, and my electric dart moves at our good friend's Matthew Doherty's 40th birthday. My good friend Matthew unknowingly played a big part in bringing my wife and I together. and he was a big fan of Team Paul and Katie. Unfortunately, Matt was taken from us earlier this year. You're not forgotten, Royal. Today could not pass without the mention of a very important person, Grandma Birdsey. For those who don't know, this was Katie's, Michael's grandmother. She played a massive part in Katie's life and helped form this amazing woman that I am so proud to call my wife. Her straight talking and airing her opinion was legendary. And also today we are missing someone who holds a massive place in our hearts, my daughter Erin. We would have moved heaven and earth to have her here with us today. We both love you dearly. So if we could please be upstanding and raise our glass to absent friends.
Absent friends.
For those who don't know, today actually marks the 10-year anniversary of Katie and mine's first date. A very shy girl came to Windsor to see me, and we had dinner at the Boatman pub on the river, and the rest, they say, is history. You are now my wife. What an amazing 10 years they've been. We've done so much, travels, the kids, and we've done everything together side by side. When we met, neither of us were looking to settle down. Everything happens for a reason. It was the right time. I've never met a woman like you. Beautiful, strong, and not willing to put up with my shit. To this day, I can only remember us having one argument, which was early on in our relationship. I respect you, adore you, love you. You are my equal, and I couldn't imagine my life without you. When we met, I was broken. You were there to support me every step of the way. You showed me kindness, compassion, understanding, and lots of patience. You supported me with my daughter Erin. When I wanted to give up, you were the voice that kept me going, to keep fighting. You have always believed in us, and I cannot wait to spend the rest of my life with you. You moved your girls around. You and the girls moved around the end of M25 and made a home with me in Windsor. You gave me a family, 2 beautiful girls. You allowed me to have a family dog, Frankie. And you have given me the most special and amazing gift, our son Arthur. You believed in me to start our own business, knowing the risks involved. You're not only my wife, but my best friend, my business partner, love of my children, and I cannot imagine being without you. Our first song describes us, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Today you have made me the happiest man alive. You are my wife, and I cannot wait to see what the future holds. But I know with you by my side, we can achieve anything. You have done an unbelievable job in sorting out our dream wedding, and all the effort and the hours. It's just amazing. So the last thing I'd like to say to you is, Mrs. Brew, you complete me. So please be upstanding. Raise your glasses to my beautiful wife, Mrs. Bruin.
Mrs. Bruin.
And now I shall hand the microphone over to AKA the Kung Fu Panda.
A wise man told me that the best man's speech is like a miniskirt. It should be short enough to be interesting, but long enough to cover the goods. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening, and thank you all for being here to celebrate this wonderful occasion with us. My name is Bernard, and it's a true honor to stand before you as the best man for my lifelong friend Paul on this special day. Paul and I have been friends for 35 years. I can honestly say that he's not just a friend, but he's like a brother to me. After all the years we've been friends, Paul has finally admitted that I'm the best man. Paul and I met at the London Archery School when we were 11 years old. Our friendship grew from an interest in sport. As we matured through an interest in social events with loud music, flashing lights, and the occasional beer or two. As younger men, Paul and I would frequent some of the most salubrious establishments in London, from the sticky carpets of the Hammersmith Palais to the premium dance floors of Southside and Clapham, famous for its £10 all-you-can-drink weekend specials. Sarah Courtney and Sylvester Olateo may remember those days also. During this time, I got to witness the development of Paul's signature dance moves that lured Katie in 10 years ago at another wedding here in Italy. Paul's dance moves are spectacular. Some say they are reminiscent of Carlton from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but I can only describe them as a fusion of the 1920s jazz hands, the Saturday Night Fever disco dancing, and some of the Van Halen high kicks added for impact. And I won't do those, because at my age, I'll put my back out. I'm confident Paul will give us a full demonstration later. During our school years, I learned that Paul is an exceptional golfer, and he told me that he had 0 handicap. I beg to differ. Have you ever seen Paul try to use a computer or an iPhone? Joel, who's an usher here with us tonight, informed me that Paul would sometimes show up for their early morning golf games, looking a little green around the gills, barely able to hold his breakfast down, and totally unable to bring his best golf game. Joel, to that I say, you're welcome. As our friendship continued into our 20s, I joined the military and went on an operational tour to Bosnia soon after. Paul sent me several letters over those 6 months away. Times were much harder in those days. The internet hadn't been widely adopted, and even if it had been, Paul hadn't been able to use it anyway. Paul had to physically write a letter with a pen and paper, put it in an envelope, and walk it all the way to the post box. I'm not going to read the only one that I can share with you. Here it is. Dear Bernard, pause for tension. I bet you're struggling without a drink. Don't worry, I'm sure we'll have many when you come back and before I go. Hope you're doing well. Paul. P.S. You can't say I didn't write. Based on that, I think we're very lucky to get a speech over 30 seconds from Paul tonight. The letters Paul sent have stayed with me on worldwide travels and have great sentimental value for 2 reasons. First reason is, if you knew Paul at that time, the chances of receiving a handwritten letter, especially back then, were very remote. So the fact that these letters exist mean I'm holding on to a valuable historical document. The second reason is the only other man that sent me any letters while I was on that 6-month deployment was my own brother. Around the same time, Paul enlisted a reserve member of one of the most elite and respected military units in the world, the Royal Marines Commandos. Renowned for demonstrating exceptional levels of physical fitness and endurance, the unit was a natural choice for Paul, and he succeeded in proudly donning the distinctive and coveted Green Beret and Commando Dagger Flash. Feared by the enemies of our nation, and world-renowned for their arduous selection and testing process, Paul managed to integrate effortlessly into an elite unit, a fraternal brotherhood, where he earned the nickname, the Pig. Shortly after he earned his Green Beret, I received a posting change and was attached to another military unit. 16th Assault Brigade, famous for the infantry unit of Parachute Regiment, the Paras. After months of preparation, I went up to try and earn my airborne credentials. I only tell you this because there's a fierce military rivalry between the 2 brigades. After attending day 1 of P Company, I failed a test, and I found myself wistfully looking out a bus window On my way home, immediately, with my dreams shattered. And ladies and gentlemen, as if that wasn't humiliating enough, I had to tell Paul. It was the happiest I've ever seen Paul up until today. As you can imagine, there was very little sympathy from Paul. And as a result, I've suffered a sustained and relentless barrage of verbal abuse relating to this failure for the past 20 years. It's a great relief to see that Katie has finally provided Paul with a day that surpasses that one for joy and celebration. As I stated, there's fierce competition within the military, and as such, the Marines have earned several derisive nicknames such as bootnicks, cabbage heads, and the blokes who like to dress in ladies' clothing. If any of you'd like to introduce yourselves to these steely-eyed warriors as the night progresses, they'll be very easy to identify. They'll be the fellas walking around, holding hands, kissing each other on the lips, and they may even decide the dress code for the venue is optional rather than a formality. After leaving the military, Paul and I lived together for a while in his flat. But I won't get into all that in the interest of brevity. Later, when Paul met Katie, it was evident that something truly special was beginning to blossom. As the relationship grew, I had the pleasure of getting to know Katie better. It didn't take long for me to see why. Paul fell head over heels for her. Katie, you're an extraordinary person. Your warmth and kindness not only won over Paul's heart, but also touched the lives of everyone here tonight. Let me see here. As Paul's best friend, I've had the privilege of witnessing their journey together. That's been nothing short of magical. Their love is a testament to the power of finding your soulmate, someone who understands you in ways no one else can and makes every day brighter. Whenever I visit England, Windsor is always a port of call where I'm graciously hosted by Katie and Paul, creating memories including selecting Christmas trees, watching the kids take horse riding lessons, walking the long walk with Frank the dog, who, let's face it, if he could talk, would be the best man here tonight, and singing Christmas carols at the castle before going eating and drinking to the point where we're lucky to have any memories left at all. It reminds me of the days when Paul and I would visit his parents, Francis and Garth, and sister Andrea, at the family home in Clapham. The family home was also a venue where great memories were forged over many years with Paul's family, and Katie and Paul are now creating memorable experiences in their family home. Together, Katie and Paul have united as a powerful force. Started a business, PB Plant Hire, bit of free advertising, and grown their beautiful family of Emily, Chloe, Erin, and Arthur. I'd be remiss not to mention Frank the dog again, who unfortunately couldn't be here with us tonight as he's being pampered at the Doggy Hotel and Spa. Katie and Paul's daughter Erin also was unable to join us tonight, but she did send a congratulatory message, which I will now read. Congratulations on your big day, Dad and Mummy Katie. It's such a shame I can't be at your wedding, but I hope you have the best time. Love, Erin. Kiss, kiss. Paul, I want to take a moment to express my gratitude for our enduring, steadfast friendship. Over the years, we've shared countless memories, faced life's challenges together, and celebrated each other's victories. Your loyalty, humor, and unwavering friendship have been the pillars of our relationship, and I couldn't be happier to see you embark on this new chapter of your life with Katie by your side. Tension. Katie, you've not only gained an incredible life partner in Paul, but also a whole new family of friends who love you. We couldn't be more thrilled to welcome you to our tight-knit circle. You complement Paul in the most wonderful ways, and together you make an even more remarkable team. Ladies and gentlemen, please charge your glasses. And when ready, prepare to raise a toast and stand. To Paul and Katie. Please take a seat. Thank you all for being here to celebrate this beautiful moment with us. Katie and Paul have very graciously provided a lovely meal and drinks. I'd like to thank them on behalf of everyone. Please try not to do any acrobatic backflips that result in broken ceramics. And we hope that you enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.